Hey, so we're going to do some drunk dog training today. I'm going to train Billy. She's a puppy, so we'll focus on like the basics really. We'll see how far we go. Yeah, I'm going to go have some drinks and then I will come back with a puppy and we will learn how to be excellent trainers. Either from me being excellent or learning what not to do. So I'll be back. Hey, and welcome back to Drunk Dog Training. I have gotten a little bit drunker, and I have acquired a dog, and we're ready to train this dog. Her name is Billy, and yeah, let's get started. Let's get into it. Yeah! Okay, so this is Billy, and we're gonna jump straight into drunk dog training. Rule number 1 of drunk dog training is don't get the dog drunk. Just get the you drunk. Now what you're going to need is some trashy drink, some snacks to keep you going because it's exhausting work. And what I've got in here are some treats. So I usually like to have a treat pouch, but I couldn't find it. So Soups is going to have to hold that one for us. I also think it's important to read some books. This is a good one. Yep, it'll do. On dog training. So whatever, if you don't have time for that, just watch this video and I'll hook you up, fam. I'll teach you to be the trainer you've always wanted to be. Okay, so first things first, let's work on sit. Obviously Billy's mastered it, as you can see. Look at this. Look at this sit. She can even look right at the camera. Fantastic. Look at that. She was a much smaller dog and now she's quite like stocky. Puppies grow so quickly. If you don't want your puppy to grow, don't get one, because they'll do it right behind your back. Alright, so now here's a little trick for teaching sit. Get your hands like this, like they are a duck. Like if you were shadow puppeting, you would be a duck. And then what you want, sorry, I got burnt. Look at my burn. How gnarly is that? That's fucked. I was cooking. Excellent at cooking. So yeah, I'm trying to hold my gnarly burn. Get the treat and hold it like this. And then go to in front of the dog's face and just do this. Ready? Watch that again. Instant replay. Boom. You see that? That motion there. Do that in front of their nose and they will sit. I don't know why they do that. It's kind of weird, but they do. So let's try and get Billy into a standing position. Can you stand up? Stand up. Sit. Oh, I didn't watch my hand there, but it happened. Obviously Billy's already learnt sit, so it's not like the best diagram ever. But the second way you can do it is by getting the treat. You can hold it any way you want for this one. I hold it like a duck because I'm used to that. Oh, excuse you. Excuse you. Okay, now what you want to do is, Billy, that's enough of that behavior. Push the treat over the nose like this, and they will just like sort of instinctively push their bottom onto the ground. No, I didn't ask for that. But yeah, so that's how you do sit. Pretty simple. Either the duck, boom, boom, or push the treat over the nose until they're sitting. And then say the word sit, and like make them know that that is a sit. And then start to maybe give them a hand signal. So this is my hand signal for sit. So I think that's really important. If your dog goes deaf, you'll still be able to have control over them, sort of a thing. So sit. Good girl. So yeah, that's mine. Finger like this is sit, and this is down. Down. Good girl. Sorry, I don't have a treat in my hand. Anyway, let's work on down. Now this one was a little bit, oh my god, there's a treat on my pants. This one was a little bit trickier with Billy because she was being stubborn. Some dogs will be stubborn. And you know what, that's fine. Just work through it. You got this. You're the excellent trainer. Okay, so what you want to do for down is basically hold the treat, get them into a sitting position. So try and make sure they know sit already. Alright, so sit, and then put the treat down there and slowly drag it forward. Good girl, until they are laying down. As you can see, Billy is laying right on down there. Now, if you're having trouble with that, another method you can use is to get your knee, see this knee, put it in an arch position, and then hold the treat like underneath the knee. Okay, this is going to be super hard to film. Okay, what if I swap hands? Ideally, don't swap treating hands because they'll be focusing on the hand you give them treats with. So show them that you've got the treat and then quickly put it under your knee and drag it under. See how she's had to lay down to get under my knee? I would then tell her down. Good girl. And then after doing that a few times, get out from under there. After doing that a few times, I could then move on to, you know, trying to command her to do down just without the knee. So, you know, it doesn't matter if you have to do it that way. It doesn't mean that your dog's stupid or anything. It just means maybe they're a little bit stubborn. Billy! Good girl. Sit. Okay, next things nextly. Let's have a drink break. Cheers. A break for a scratch. Okay. Now, those are the two most basic ones. Pretty much every dog is going to learn how to do that. And then the owners usually lose interest in training. So, hopefully that doesn't happen to you. Look at you, you little fluff ball. Ow! Okay, that's a lesson right there. When your dog nips you, make a high-pitched noise. So, ow! And then they'll be like, what's wrong? See, she's like getting all up in my grill, like, are you okay right now? And that will tell them, like, not to do it again. Billy's pretty good. Like, we've been working on that really solidly. And now she'll only, like, mouth. See? Along there, she was just sniffing my arm. And she doesn't use, like, make contact with her teeth. So that's something that's really important to work with your dog. Like, you don't want them biting you when they get a bit bigger. It may just be playful, but it is dangerous. Billy, come. Come. Good girl. Alright, we're going to get to that one later because it's a little bit more tricky. Alright, let's work on my favorite command. Actually, let me just finish explaining that. So, the reason you make a high-pitched noise when they, like, bite you is because when they are playing in a litter, they will, like, nip at each other. So, if you're like, oh! That's what they would do as sort of like to communicate that you're playing too hard and it's hurting me. So you want to communicate the same thing, like they are playing too hard and it is hurting you. So that's basically what we're trying to communicate with that. With that sort of sentiment there. So it's important to, you know, use their body language because they don't know English yet. We're going to teach it to them, but you can't expect them to come home 8 weeks old and already know English. Do you know English? Billy? Do you? Oh, I need a vacuum. Alright. So, next things next. We're going to look at focus. Now, this is arguably, I think, one of the most important commands to teach. Because this gives you the ability to get your dog's attention from whatever they're doing. Whether it be you need to get their attention in training, if you're, you know, trying to get them into competitions, if you're trying to just get them away from something, like if a dog's barking or if they're going to eat something that's on the ground or if they're going after your kid a bit too rough, you can pull their attention, get them to calm down, and then, you know, give them another command sort of a thing. So it can be a lifesaver, especially if you're at a dog park. So what you do is you show them you've got a treat. So I've got a treat here. And then I bring the treat, so there's the treat, between my eyes. So she's looking directly at me. Billy, focus. Good girl. And then I treat her for any eye contact she gives me to start with. So if it's for a millisecond, I've got to be really quick and give her the treat. If you've got a clicker in your clicker training, this could be a lot easier, but I can't find any of my clickers. And it's the middle of the night. So I'm not going and getting any more. So what I do is show her, focus, and she's looking right at me. Good girl. And that is a long amount of time because we've been working on this previously. So, like, your puppy's not going to be able to give you that amount of time. Like, look at them. They don't have long attention spans. So, don't expect them to be able to be superstars straight off the bat. It's a learned behavior. Sit. Focus. Good girl. And what you've got to do is make sure you start in a low distraction environment Because if there's heaps of shit going on, like, why are they going to pay attention to you? You know what I mean? It's too exciting for a little pup. So anyway, quick fire. We're on to our next command. This one is a little trickier. It's called leave it. This one is very similar to focus. It basically is being able to call them away for something. So, you know, babies drop their bottle and you don't want the dog touching it. You say leave it and they just don't touch it, right? So, what you want to do is get a treat, put it in your hand, hold it out there, and when they look away, you give them a treat. Billy, leave it. Good girl. So she already knows the command and was scratching herself, so she was a little bit distracted. So, leave it. Good girl. And I'm not pushing her head away, I'm not touching her at all. I'm just waiting for her to lose interest, which sometimes can take a little while, but sometimes can be pretty quick. If they're not getting anything out of it, they'll be pretty quickly on to the next thing. Alright, Bill Dog. Billy Boo, come here. Sit. Leave it. Good girl. So she knows already, and she's pretty quickly like, nah, not interested. Fuck that shit. So hand open is the next step. Leave it. Good girl. So she's not going for it because she knows she's going to get the treat eventually, and the quicker she leaves it, the quicker she'll get it. Billy, leave it. This can take time. It can take ages for you to go from closed fist to open fist. So make sure you get your treats nice and small because like they have small bellies and if they're full they won't pay attention. Billy. Billy. Leave it. Billy. Come here. Leave it. Good girl. So the next step is to put it on the ground and cover it. And then from there, what you can do is put it on the ground and make a barrier. Billy! Look, she's lost interest a little bit in this game. Come here. Do you want to treat? Okay, I think we might have to call it quits for today just because Billy has lost interest. Something that's really important is to always end on a high note. So don't keep trying and trying and trying if your pupper is sort of sick of it. Like it's not going to get you anywhere. Just have a break, let her go play, let her go have a nap, and then get back to it, you know. Try again later. Short bursts are the best things you can do for puppy training. So, you know, 15-minute intervals a few times a day, or, you know, even 5-minute intervals a few times a day. Like, that's what you want. Don't sort of bombard them. And, like, incorporate things into everyday life. So make them sit before they have their dinner. Make them sit before you give them a toy. And, you know, make them do a few tricks before you start playing with them. So if you've got a toy and you're holding it, make them sit and lay down before you give it to them. And then, you know, it starts to make them more obedient in the long run. Hey, thank you for watching Drunk Dog Training with myself and Billy. If you want any more training videos, maybe sober ones even, or maybe not, maybe more drunk ones, let me know and I will make them up for you. Yeah, so let me know if you want to continue the puppy preschool trail, or maybe I can do some like trick ones with Brum if he wants. It all depends on his schedule, so let me know, guys. Let's do this. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.